What's good, beautiful people, and welcome back to another Psychedelic Serenity tutorial. It's been quite some time since I dropped a new tutorial, but I've had so many life transitions happen over the last couple months. I'm in a new house, I'm in a new studio, I have a relationship with this beautiful, massive tree behind me, and I'm excited to be back making these videos for you. It's really fills my heart every time I do. I love seeing all the creations that come from this stuff and how the inspiration just moves through the community. It's such a beautiful thing. So I want to invite y'all to let go a little bit today. I want to invite you to trust the process and really start experimenting. That's the beautiful thing about tie-dye, is that we can put our own energy signatures into the art, and that's really comes through really beautiful when you have your uniqueness in there. So play a lot with it, and again, just let go. Let's see. Next up, I want to remind everybody to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell if you don't have that on already. And then also remind everybody to go ahead and comment in the comment section, because I'll be giving all 3 of these shirts away at the end of the month. All you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and leave me some love in the comment section. So, all right, and then what we're gonna need for this design is you're gonna need your shirt that is pre-soaked in soda ash for 15 minutes. It's a cup of soda ash per gallon of water. You soak the shirt for 15 minutes, and then I usually spin them out in my washer. And by then they're just lightly damp, and they do great for ice dyeing. So you're also going to need your strip of cardboard, and I'll go over why we're going to need this when we start to dye. And we're also going to need ice, and that's about it. It's a pretty straightforward design. It's super fun. We're going to work with the splitting of the dyes, and if you're not familiar with that, again, I'm going to cover more in the dyeing process about that. So again, I want to thank you guys so much for being here and honoring the creativity in you. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Please let go a little bit, get your human out of the way while you're creating, and beautiful things will appear. Our head usually likes to complicate things, but if we could just get into that flow state and let the universe do its work, things usually just come out beautiful. So I love y'all, and I guess I'll see you in the studio. Peace. All right, y'all, with every ice dye I do, I usually turn the shirt inside out, because the shirt is damp and we'll be putting dye directly on the shirt. It tends to leave specks in some spots, and they just show up less if the shirt's turned inside out. So make sure your shirts are turned inside out. Unless you like the speckle look, then you're good to go. All right, and I told you we'd be doing some variations today on these. So the first thing I'm gonna do for this one is I want to find a center spot. And again, you don't have to follow this. I encourage and invite you to go off the beaten path, put your energy into it, and make it unique. This is just how I do it. It's not right or wrong. But yeah, play with it. And then, like I said, be sure to share these designs with me, because I love seeing what you guys come up with. So I got this line here, and I'm going to go ahead and fold it down. Just make sure everything's straight there. And really, you can start any way you want with these here. You can start here, you can start here. You can start from the bottom corner, you can start from over here. It's really whatever, wherever your intuition guides you to go. So for this one, I'm just gonna, let's see, yeah. I think I'm gonna take it up here and go right to the sleeve with it. And with these roll designs, we're gonna wanna keep your first rolls need to be tight. Don't let them be, or actually, they can be as loose or as tight as you want them. I personally like to keep my centers tight and keep the whole, wherever I'm rolling, I'm trying to keep it as tight as possible. And then as this starts to roll itself, I'm just gonna guide it over. Like this whole shirt there. Yeah, there you go. But I'm really focusing on where I started rolling as being my center point, or where I'm gonna keep my focus at. And then I'm gonna start heading this way, so it's gonna get a little weird, but just keep guiding it over here. And you're gonna have like one side of the shirt's gonna be super thick and this one's gonna be super thin, so that's okay. Don't be alarmed. All right, and then you can see how the rest of the shirt kind of rolled itself. This is the sleeve. I usually just tuck that in there. And then because this is so long, I will be folding it in half. Like that. And then we're just gonna put this over to the side while we roll the other ones here. Alright, so this shirt is already turned inside out. It's been soaked in soda ash for 15 minutes and spun out in my washer. So was the first shirt, just FYI. If you missed the beginning of the video. Alright. So now I'm just going to free flow with it. I'm just going to kind of do something I've never done before, and I invite you to do the same. Just making sure all the creases are, don't have any bumps in them. Because as we roll this, if it's wonky, it will give you trouble rolling it up. It just gets super thick. And then let's do, I don't know. And now we'll start rolling it. You can fold them any which way. You can also do the symmetrical as well. I prefer the asymmetric look, but I have done symmetrical designs like this. So, and if you don't know how to mirror a shirt to create symmetry, I also have a YouTube video on how to mirror a shirt, and I can leave that link in the description as well. So now we're just going to pick our center point, and I think I'm going to start right from the bottom here. Let's see how I'm going. And sometimes you're going to have a real thick spot when you first start off if you go into folding the shirt like this, just because there's so much fabric there. So you might just have a really chunky part and a super skinny part, but again, that's okay. See, I should have just left that. The universe was saying, yo, why don't you do it like that? And these don't need to be precise. It's really, you can really let go with these designs. They come out super cool. The ice puts a lot of movement into them. All right, and then I just folded it in half like I did the other one. And I got one more to do here, I think. So this is the original design. This is where I'm just gonna start rolling without folding it all. I'm gonna need to keep it off like this because I can't, the view there. And I'm just gonna start in the center. And I kind of like to go like in an S pattern with these. Or not an S pattern, but just move them side to side. Like I'll roll this way and then try to cut back this way. It gets a little weird as you're rolling it if you do too many cuts, but or at least that's been my experience. I don't know if you'll have the same experience. Just keep straightening out your shirt. You don't want to, well, this is again how I do it. I keep straightening out my shirt so I don't get too lumpy there. And then the sleeves are here. I'm gonna tuck those in and give it a nice fold. Now that we have all our shirts rolled, we're gonna need our cardboard strips. And what we're gonna be doing with these is we're gonna be encasing our shirts so that when we put it the ice on and incline it, the ice doesn't fall off. So if you need to, pause the video, go grab your cardboard, and yeah, we'll go and do that. Alright, you're also going to need a little bit of tape and probably a rubber band or 3, or however many designs you're going to do. So yeah, that's how that's done, and we're going to be inclining these. So once they're up, the ice won't be able to fall off of there. This is how I really do all my ice dyes, just to make sure the ice doesn't go off the sides and to make sure I'm getting full saturation. But yeah, if you have another method, feel free to use that. And if you don't have racks to incline these, they can be dyed just flat. I'm not sure you'll get the same movement that I'll be achieving, but they'll still be really cool. So. All right, so now that we have all the cardboard wrapped around there, we'll take these to the dye studio and get some powder put on You'll need your ice at this point, your dye, and any racks that you'll need to incline these. Um, so yeah, and you can also liquid dye these. These don't need to be ice dyed, these designs, but again, you're not going to get the movement and the flowiness in them with the liquid the same way you do ice. So have fun, experiment, and I'll see you soon in the dye room. Peace. All right, y'all, and for this section of the tutorial, we'll be laying our dye in ice, and then once this first side is done melting, we'll flip it over and do the same on the second side. You can do one side. I typically do both so that I ensure full saturation, but again, you're free to do wherever your creativity takes you. And I typically use like 3 colors for these incline dyes. I feel like the more colors you use, the more possibility you have of making it really muddy. But I guess I have done up to 5 colors, but I really don't do more than that typically. For this is shirt 1, and I'm doing Amethyst from Dye Spin. I'm going to do Wild Garden from Dye Spin, and also English Violet from Dye Spin. So I think I'm going to start off with the Wild Garden. That's kind of what I want my main color to be. And I'm putting a good little bit of dye on. And I have these cool serving spoons that they use to like put chocolate on plates and stuff like that. It lets me control the amount of dye that I'm distributing pretty well. From here, I'm going to go to the Amethyst. And I do switch up the consistency on how much dye I'm putting down in each portion. As you can see, I have it real thick here, and then I'm going to put a little lighter layer on, and then I'll mix some of the purple into that area as well. And you really can't do this wrong. You can do them on diagonals. You can do it however, and it'll all switch up the design. Like the next design I do, I'm going to probably do on diagonals. A little purple back there. It's the Wild Garden again. Back in with the English Violet. That's the Amethyst, and I'm probably going to finish it off with a little Wild Garden, and that should do it for this one. We'll lay our ice on. I like to get my ice on, regardless if I'm doing multiple shirts, I like to get my ice on the shirt immediately so it reduces the speckling of the fabric. Here. Get that in the air. And we'll just let the ice do its magic. I'm gonna go get the other shirt and we're gonna lay some more dye. Alright, and for this second shirt, I'm gonna be doing Spanish Carmine, Bronze, Midnight Blue, and English Violet again. Now also I'm going to sprinkle in some Cosmic. I only have a little left, so I'm just going to use it just in different little sections to switch it up a little bit. Start with the And again, that's all I'll have to do for this side. I'll come back and check it just in case I need to add some ice, but most of the time, once this ice melts, I have the quantity of ice I need down pretty good. So usually the first side's done, and then we'll just flip it over and do the second side the same way. I'll use a whole lot of less dye than I did on the first side, and again, dye on the second side isn't necessary, but I found it very hard to get full saturation just dyeing one side. So alright guys, and for the final shirt that I do, I'm gonna just use one color. It's called Nine Bender. It's from Dye Spin. They make a Dark Horse dye series that is really beautiful for ice dyeing. So I'm gonna show you the magic of just dyeing with one color that if you know how to use the splits, how beautiful it can be. And now this took me a while to get the ice down, the amount of dye I put down, how much white to leave, because leaving some white will give the dye room to have a lot of movement. So and if I'm really trying to ramp up the splits, I use way less dye than I typically do too, because it just works the best. I don't really know why, other than that. Alright, so we're going to let these sit. They're probably going to take all night, and then tomorrow we'll go back and dye the second side of these. So these designs are super simple. They're super intuitive and meditative. They just take a little bit, and they help you practice patience. So I love y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Or I'll see you, I guess, right now. Alright, so these sat overnight, and we're gonna flip them over and finish the remaining sides. This is the first shirt that we put color on, and you can see it's just about done here. And what I'm probably gonna do is put this white end towards the bottom now as we flip it, and I will only be putting dye on this white section here, and a little bit in here, but for the most part this is done, and I just want to get this saturated. So I'll put that at the bottom because we'll still be inclining these. Here's the second one. This one has a little more work to do. It's a little thicker, so flip that one over. And then this, I believe, is just the strawberry, or wait, the Mind Bender. The one color dye, and you can see this one's almost finished too. We'll just switch that down to the lower end. And I'm going to be very light-handed with these because there's only this little section to do. Do I have any ice? No. Right, I gotta grab some ice. And so I guess I'll just work in order. This is the first shirt here. Second and third. I think I'm just going to hit this one with a little amethyst. And again, we'll want to get the ice right on there to make sure there isn't any speck. With do with this one. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna go all Spanish carmine. Just let it bleed through. A lot going on there. As you can see, I started a little higher up on there. There's some bare spots there that I want to get. Last one with the mind bender. This is the single dye that we just used the one color for. And it's literally just at the bottom here is a little white. So I'm gonna keep it nice and light. Perfect, and that's a wrap on that. The next stage will be to rinse them out in the morning and show you the final results. Alright guys, so this is day 2, second side of dyeing. Just finished these up. They sat overnight, so we're going to be able to rinse them and we will be able to see the results. So I just want to thank everyone again for tuning in and being on this journey with me. Y'all are really amazing, and I appreciate all the love and support y'all show me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave some love in the comments section. I'll be giving all 3 of these shirts away at the end of the month, randomly to anybody who comments and who has subscribed to my channel. So stay tuned for the results. Peace. Alright guys, so this is the final result. This is shirt number 1. And this is probably my favorite out of the 3. This is the one where we folded the top down and then started rolling up towards the sleeve, and we used amethyst, cosmic, and wild garden, I believe, on the colors. There might be another color that I'm missing, but yeah, this one has super beautiful design right in the center where it was folded. And yeah, show you shirt number 2. Alright guys, here's shirt number 2. The first one was an XL, this one is a large. I made a scarf with this color palette a long time ago, and I really wanted to try it out again. So really loving how the Spanish carmine and the midnight blue work together. So shirt number 2. And then this is the final piece. This is a 2X, and this is the one we just used mind bender. And you can see all the different colors and blends we got from just using one dye. Super fun, and again, you guys don't need to ice dye these. You can liquid dye them. You can try doing half and half. You're free to play with your creativity as you would like. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody again for being on this journey with me. Y'all are amazing. I can't wait to see all the creations that come from this video. Please share this with your friends. Check out my social. It's Psychedelic Serenity AVL on Instagram. My Facebook got hacked, so we're not doing that anymore. And then all my available inventory is on psyserenity.com. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification bell. I love y'all. Have fun. Peace.